Does Meghan Markle want to be queen more than Kate Middleton? In a royal family, it's all about hierarchy. And by hierarchy, we mean who is closest in line for the throne. The path to the crown is pretty straightforward if you pay attention to the royal family. If not, it all may be a bit confusing. For a lot of people, there are a number of questions looming around the royal family. For instance, most people think that Kate Middleton will eventually be queen, but that isn't necessarily the case. And what would have to happen for Meghan Markle to be queen? Does the Duchess of Sussex even want the title? Line of succession. For people who don't know all the ins and outs of royal life, here's a quick explanation of how the crown is passed down. The line of succession follows the monarch's firstborn and then goes down that person's family. For example, Queen Elizabeth II's firstborn is Prince Charles, so he is next in line for the throne. Charles has two sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, so the line of succession follows them instead of going to the Queen's other children, Prince Andrew, Princess Anne, or Prince Edward. When Prince Charles dies or steps down, Prince William will take the throne and then it will go to his oldest son, Prince George, instead of his brother, Prince Harry. Get it? Will Kate Middleton become queen? When Prince William eventually ascends to the throne, Kate Middleton may not necessarily get the title of queen. Typically, the wife of the reigning leader is given the title queen consort. But for the general public, she will probably be known as Queen Catherine, according to royal expert Marlene Koenig. In this role, she will need to support Prince William in his activities as king. She will have to visit foreign countries, much like she does now. And she will also serve as the patron for a number of charitable organizations. Does Kate Middleton want to be queen? Seeing as Middleton married someone who is directly in line for the throne, it's safe to say that she has probably warmed up to the idea of being queen. In fact, some people even think that the Duchess is preparing for it. She is now more open with what she wants to say, and funnily enough, she is more relaxed as well. She is an adoring mother, and she is contributing publicly in the way we would want her to. You see it more and more. The young student has turned into our future queen, a source told People. Does Meghan Markle want to be queen? Markle has had a tough time even sliding into her role as the Duchess of Sussex. The press won't let the woman have a moment to herself and judges her for every move that she makes. Given that she has had such a hard time adjusting to royal life, it's hard to imagine that the Duchess would want any more royal responsibilities. Also, taking into account that she chose to marry someone who is very unlikely to take the throne, it's probably safe to say that Markle is just fine retaining her Duchess status. Which Duchess is more like Queen Elizabeth, Kate Middleton or Meghan Markle? Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle are two of the most famous women in the world. They are married to Prince William and Prince Harry respectively, and they are the granddaughters-in-law of the Queen. Both women have likable personalities, though they are two very different people. But which Duchess is more like Queen Elizabeth? Meghan and Queen Elizabeth have a lot in common. A long time ago, those who married the royals had to meet an unwritten set of qualifications. They had to come from a wealthy, high-profile family and be in good standing with the public, which, back then, meant they must have not have ever been divorced. But when Meghan joined the family, she broke all of those rules. She was from an unknown family in the United States, and she had already been divorced. She was an actress, but she wasn't too high-profile. However, despite all of that, she and the Queen reportedly got along very well and had a lot in common. They supposedly bonded over their love for dogs. They also liked and disliked similar foods, and everyone loves to have things in common with someone new. Kate Middleton has the poise and grace of the Queen. Kate Middleton joined the royal family back in 2011, though she and William had dated for many years before that, and she fit in perfectly. From the start, she had poise and grace, and she handled herself extremely well. The public saw similarities between her and the Queen in the sense that both of them were thrown into roles they didn't necessarily ask for. Queen Elizabeth began ruling at a very young age, and handled them nearly perfectly. The two women have always had a close relationship as well. Meghan and the Queen both broke barriers. When Meghan joined the family, She began doing things her own way. Yes, it was at the expense of her royal reputation, but she had ideas and actions she wanted to put into place and wasn't afraid to break barriers. The Queen did this as well when she began ruling at such a young age. Elizabeth's uncle, who was supposed to rule, abdicated the throne, leaving her father as the heir. But when he died young, Elizabeth suddenly found herself as the Queen at 25 years old, though she never expected it. Yet the Queen broke barriers as a young woman in such a place of power. Nobody thought she could do it, but she proved everyone wrong. And so far, Meghan has done the same. Meghan is arguably more similar to the Queen. Though Kate and the Queen are both extremely polished royals, Meghan and the Queen appear to be more similar. Meghan's royal reputation hasn't been as sound as Kate's, but she has continued to prove daily that she is determined to fit the role. And Elizabeth did exactly the same thing when she ended up in her position. Both women have get-stuff-done personalities, and they both have had to work incredibly hard to prove themselves to the doubters. But people should definitely see quite a bit of the Queen's firecracker perseverance in Meghan as well. Both women have a strong relationship with Elizabeth, but Meghan seems to have the overarching similarity of determination. Could Meghan Markle ever become Queen? Fans worldwide are obsessed with the line of succession to the British throne. It can be quite confusing at times, as Queen Elizabeth II is the only monarch that many of us have ever known. With several of the royal family members, including little Prince George, known as future kings, it leaves people wondering who will take over as ruling monarch, and when. While we know that Prince William will one day be king, many fans are now wondering if it's possible that the new Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, could ever become queen. How does the line of succession work? While just about every member of the royal family has a place in line for the throne, whether it be first or 15th, only a select few will ever be the ruling monarch. The line of succession is the order in which a family member will become king or queen, and the direct line of succession typically involves firstborn children of monarchs and future monarchs. Since Prince Charles is the oldest son of the Queen, he will become king upon her death. Upon Charles' death, his oldest son William will take the throne, and after that, Prince George. The future firstborn child of Prince George will be the next ruling monarch after him. Why Kate Middleton won't actually be queen? Many fans are surprised to learn that Kate Middleton won't actually be the queen someday. She will be what is known as a queen consort, meaning that she is married to a ruling monarch. Since Queen Elizabeth is the direct descendant of a ruling king, she is a queen regnant, meaning that she reigns in her own right. Why isn't Prince Philip a king consort? The line of succession and how it works may lead many people to wonder if Prince Philip is a king consort. The answer is no, he is not. The reason why? The wife of a reigning king becomes a queen consort, however, the husband of a reigning queen does not. For that reason, he is known as Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, becoming a prince of the United Kingdom 5 years after marrying Queen Elizabeth. There is only a very small chance that Meghan Markle could become queen. While Meghan Markle certainly won't be a ruling monarch, since she is a royal through marriage, there is only a small chance of her ever becoming a queen consort. Although possible, it is highly unlikely. For this to happen, Prince Harry would have to be king. For Prince Harry to be king, he would have to live to see the deaths of Prince William, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, as well as any of the children that they may have in the future. Only then could Harry take the throne, meaning that Meghan would be a queen consort. Meghan is still one of our favorite royals. Future queen consort or not, we still adore Meghan, and she will always be one of our favorite royals. As part of her royal duties, she does extensive charity work and has patronages such as Royal Patron of the Association of Commonwealth Universities and Royal Patron of the National Theatre. She also visits schools and other organizations along with Prince Harry and does work related to equality and women's issues. Meghan is also dedicated to her millions of royal fans, taking the time to do walkabouts during engagements and appearances, shaking hands and interacting whenever possible. Although chances are, Meghan will never be a queen consort, she is one of the hardest working members of the royal family. Her work never fails to amaze her fans, as she impresses us with everything she does.